4 years of being my own bank and how I move money today in year 4 looks completely different from when I first got started. My name is Elridge Moore. I have 11 years of investing experience, but for the last 4.5 years, I've been modeling all my investments after banks. And the results, they've been astonishingly better. In this video, I'm going to walk you through why I decided to model everything after a bank, what it looked like when I first got started, and where we are today, and exactly how I move my money now versus back then. Let's start with how we got into lending. If you know Anitra and I, you already know we have very curious minds. We always looking to learn, always asking questions, always trying to peel back the curtain on how things really work. And while everybody else was focused on buying properties, flipping houses, wholesaling deals, we were more fascinated with something different. The people funding everything. Think about it. You have a crowd of people chasing deals, but there is a very small group funding the flipper deals, funding the buy and hold investor deals, funding the apartment deals. And we looked at that and said, I want to be that person. Here in New Orleans, there was a lender just like that. He funded a lot of deals for investors in the city. I remember being at a wedding and we were both there. And I walked up to him and said, I want to be a lender like you. And he told me, you shouldn't become a lender. It's a hard business. Now, looking back, I understand why he said that. Not because it's a bad business, because he knows what all banks know. If everybody becomes the lender, there are no borrowers. So yes, there was some gatekeeping there. But for Anitra and I, with our curious minds, that just made us want the information even more. Fast forward to 2019, we attended a 4-day workshop and Anitra met someone in her group who gave her a few books to read. One of the books was called The Banker's Code. She read it in 2 days, and then I read it in 2 days. And after that moment, we knew this was it. We always had a hunch, but reading that book made it clear. We made a decision. We were going to become the bank. We were going to think like a bank, operate like a bank, and invest like a bank. Now, real quick, if you like this topic, or if you never heard this information before and you're starting to see money a little differently, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Because on this channel, we break down how to actually control your money, build real liquidity, and use the same strategies banks use. From 2019 to 2021, we were in a transition phase. And let me give you a real snapshot of where we was at. At the time, we had a wholesaling business, a listing business. We bought 2 commercial warehouses. When we thought we wanted to be developers, I was moving back from Houston to New Orleans during COVID, and we were still flipping properties. But ultimately, we made a decision that changed everything. We stopped everything and focused on one thing, becoming a bank. In October of 2021, we launched Vertical Capital. Now, here's something important. The first way we became the bank was not infinite banking like we talk about a lot on this channel. It was starting a business. We couldn't start with IBC first because we needed consistent income. Now, I'll be honest, I actually started my IUL policy prematurely in 2019. I was excited, but we didn't have the structure yet to fully maximize it. So in my policy, I was just storing money. Back to Vertical Capital. We structured Vertical Capital exactly like a bank. We asked ourselves, what do we already have from our skill set that could be applied to this new business? How do banks actually make money? And the answer, banks take depositors' money, pay them a percentage, and lend it out at a higher rate, then earn a spread. So we said, we can do that. We raise capital, pay our capital partners, and earn an arbitrage spread, and repeat that process over and over again. But for Anitra and I, before we raised any money, we tested it ourselves. And that's important to us. We never recommend anything without doing it ourselves, without risking our own money first. Our very first loan was $14,000 using our own money. We wanted to understand the process first. And we felt confident doing this with our own money because we had 7 years of real estate experience, over 300 transactions completed, and we paid over 6 figures to coaches and consultants to mitigate risk. Now, as we study banks deeper, we notice something else. On a bank's balance sheet, the largest asset is not real estate, it's life insurance. Properly structured life insurance that builds cash value. Banks use something that's called BOLI, bank-owned life insurance. They insure key employees, and when that employee passes, the bank receives the death benefit. This allowed the bank to always replenish capital. Now, even though I already had a policy, I wasn't using it to its maximum potential. I was just storing money. Then I started understanding the infinite banking concept. And here's what stood out. Nelson Nash, the author of Becoming Your Own Banker, he talked about how 34% of the average American income goes towards interest. Honestly, I believe that number is higher today. The infinite banking concept is about recapturing the interest you were already paying. But I have to be real with you. IBC has flaws. It's primarily designed for people with higher income because they can fund higher premiums. You need your premium payment to go towards cash value, not cost of insurance. So a low payment doesn't build the cash value like a high premium payment do. Now, you'll hear people say you could do it with a small amount, and yes, you can, but it takes much longer. If your premium is small, a large portion gets eaten up by insurance costs. That's why on my first policy, I couldn't access meaningful cash value until year 3. But there are ways to fund policies with high premiums, even without a high income. Inside our community, the average premium payment starts around $25,000 per year. And many of our members didn't start with a high income. We solved that problem by focusing on cash flow first. Now, it's important to understand IBC doesn't work in every situation. Scenario 1, low interest debt. If I have a duplex at 3%, why would I borrow from my policy at 5% to pay that off? That doesn't make sense. I'll be paying more in interest. Scenario 2, loan almost paid off. If you have a car loan and you're halfway through the term, refinancing it through IBC could actually slow you down. In those scenarios, I personally use Velocity Banking to pay off debt. Velocity Banking is about changing the flow of money. Instead of your income going into a checking account, it goes into a line of credit. You then take lump sums and attack the principal, and your monthly income pays down the line of credit. This allows you to recapture interest effectively. And Velocity Banking is a great strategy. You probably always use Velocity Banking because once you eliminate debt, you're going to acquire more income producing assets. When I first started operating like a bank, I used private money lending to build income, Velocity Banking to eliminate high interest debt. Fast forward today, now I'm doing something different. I'm still growing the lending business, but now I'm also capitalizing my vaults. Here is exactly how my money flows today. After all expenses are paid, all remaining money goes into our vaults and reserves. That includes M1 brokerage account and the IUL policy. From there, we leverage those accounts to fund private money loans, and we repeat that cycle over and over again until we can buy rentals, acquire mortgages, invest in assets without using traditional banks. Because we are the bank, and even when we do use banks, we have enough income to use Velocity Banking and pay that debt down extremely fast. Now, keep in mind, we're only 4.5 years into this, and the results, multiple 6 figures in M1, multiple 6 figures in cash value. But more importantly, the control we have now is completely different from when we just was wholesaling, flipping, and holding. Now, everybody's situation is different. Some people don't have high interest debt, don't want to run a lending business, but still want to become the bank in their own lives. That's exactly why we created the Vertical Capital community. Inside the community, you get guidance, structure, and access to people who are actively doing this. If you want to become a member, click the link in the description to join. And if you got value from this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And I'll see you on the next video.